All right, my bag. I don't know what the fuck's going on. Yeah, my internet keeps acting kind of weird. Yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on, but my internet keeps acting hella weird. But yeah, I just finished my energy exercise. Just finished, and you guys gonna see the progress because I'm gonna keep you guys updated. That's one thing about my channel is you guys gotta see the progress. All these other bitch ass niggas on here, like they'll sit there and tell you, like there's you don't see no progress because everybody like they like to make everything sweet. Like it's one thing is funny. One thing is so cool about YouTube. It's not really cool, but I guess like this is what I see when I see people on YouTube. Like it seems like when people are on YouTube, it's like everything is so perfect in their life. You see what I'm saying? Like everything is so perfect, but then if everything is so perfect, why is it like you'll see these niggas or everything's so perfect and then they'll go like months without being on YouTube, or then they'll go and delete all their videos, or they'll only delete some of their videos. And I'm like, I thought your life was good. Why you got to delete? Is because anytime you see a motherfucking content creator, because I'm a content creator, so I know, and I've been doing this for years. I don't do that shit though, but I know how they mind works. I show you guys my flaws and my issues and shit. So you guys see progress. When you see other YouTubers, you don't see that because it's not that they don't go through shit. They go through shit, but when they go through shit, this is when you'll see all of a sudden they remove a bunch of videos. You're like, why did this video go? Why did they delete this video? And I'm not saying I'll never delete videos, but I'm just telling you niggas what it is. And I'm telling you niggas if I delete a video, it's because of that. So they'll delete a video 90% of the time it's because of that, because it may be for another reason. But if they delete a video or they just stop coming online and they're not consistent, that's because they going through what the fuck I'm showing you niggas on my page. I'm showing you niggas some of the times where I'm not in the right mindset and I'm fucked up, but I'm showing you niggas that. These other niggas, they don't show you that. Well, actually, they do show you that, but they show you it through not being online or not uploading consistently. You see what I'm saying? So just know that like everybody who makes videos and they're not showing you everything. I'm not saying you gotta show. I don't show you niggas everything, but you gotta understand like they're not showing you everything because they're not. My channel is the only channel that really does it. I show you guys the flaws, the everything. So you're gonna see the energy exercise and everything I'm doing, the fasting and all. You're gonna see the progress of that. So I like to keep my videos so you guys can be able to see where I was and where I'm coming from, even like years ago. Like if you watch my videos years ago, like I'm not the same as I was right now. So you guys got to see even the way I look is gonna be different. Like I've been doing this Qigong for like the last few weeks, and the last 2 days I've been going hard at it. Like yesterday I did Qigong all fucking day, and that really that's what I'm gonna start doing now. I'm gonna start doing it all day, like because I notice when I do it all day or when I do a large, and I'm not saying I do it all day from morning to sun up. I was taking at least 2 to 3 hour breaks between each session, but when I was doing the Qigong all day, I noticed by the end of the day I felt fucking just I felt like I don't even want to say it. Like I just felt way more in the zone. Like um I didn't feel like craving and hunger and a lot of the shit that you experience on a fast. Because right now I'm on day 4 of my fast, and the first 2 days was kind of tough. But then like I know in my mind I'm like it's not supposed to be this fucking tough because like it doesn't make any sense. There needs to be something I need to be doing to make this easier, because you don't just go live your life, because a lot of you guys have low energy or you may be hungry, and that's not how you do it. You're supposed to do meditation such as the energy exercise, and you have to do it intense, not no bullshit little 5-10 minute and that's it, even though that can benefit you. But if you're not eating, you need some type of energy to replace that energy that you deplete, that you're not getting from food. Can't just get off food and be like, oh, I'm gonna be this and that, and then you start getting hungry and lazy. Oh, I need no, it's not. You need to replace it. So when I did that all day yesterday, I noticed like the cravings went down like 90, probably like 95, 96%. Like it was damn near gone. Like it felt like I was on day 1. And as each day as you do it is gonna get even more intense. So like if I do this for like They say it takes at least 4 months of consistency to really see the major benefits of this. And it's not just for people who fast, who is this, even if you don't fast and you just like to eat, you still should do this because it's going to get you to a state where you're eating healthier or you're eating less and it's easier. So a lot of you guys, you have cravings for sweets and shit, or you eat a lot throughout the day. If you do this, you can still not be breatharian, but your cravings are going to go down a lot. You see what I'm saying? Not only that, you're not going to crave certain sweets, and you're going to be more in the focus and in the zone. And because you did all this energy that you're accumulating, it's helping your mind, it's helping your body. You're activating meridians that's on your hands, on your head, everything, and that shit it's connected to the organs, and it gives energy to the organs, so you're healing. So like, because when I was healing my infection in my mouth, I noticed like when I was fasting, it would be very slow, and I was like, damn, this shit takes a long time. But what I was missing was you're supposed to be doing the fasting, the stretching, and the energy exercise, aka Qigong. You need to do all three of those if to put you in optimal health. You could just do one, but it depends. Like if you just fast, then it's gonna cause you to be burnt out because it's gonna take a long time. And then some illnesses you may have to do with muscular tension. So fasting can't really heal that. This is where the stretching comes in. Because I've known people who had illnesses and they fast and they still have an illness because they're not attacking what's necessary. The fasting cleanses you out on a cellular level, but then if you have a physical muscle block, then you see what I'm saying? And in the Qigong, that's more so connected to the fasting. It's more on a cellular level. But like I said, if you just do Qigong and you're not releasing the muscle tension, then you're not gonna get the optimal health. So you need all three. That's what a lot of people, they're not understanding, they're not getting. And I didn't understand and get that until just this year, recently, probably last month and a half, when I started doing it. But yesterday was a very intense day for me because I was doing it all fucking day yesterday. And that's what I'm gonna have to start doing. Like I'm about to do some more in a couple hours. I'm about to do an hour session. I just finished doing a 40-minute session. They say you only need like 2 40-minute sessions, but since I'm breatharian and I'm trying to be breatharian, this is my food source. This is something I'm doing. And I was like, I actually enjoy doing it. Like usually in the mornings, I would just do my stretch and I'll do my Qigong or the energy exercise later throughout the day when I like have more energy to do it. But yeah, this morning I just got up early. It was like 6 a.m. It was dark. Went up, did my thing, and I finished it right now. I did a 40-minute session and I did my stretch. So right now I'm just straight right now. I'm good. And like, I'm more focused now. I'm not hungry. I'm not gonna say like I'm like straight breatharian right now because I only been doing this intensely for the last couple days. If I do this intensely for the next 4 months, then who knows? But I'm just taking this shit like slowly. You don't take it like go. I don't want to say take it. You want to take it day by day and shit. Cause this shit is really, this thing helps. I wish I would have done this a lot earlier. Cause there was times I was fasting and I would go and I would like I'll be burnt out or I don't feel like doing it. And like there was a time where I was able to, like when I was able to do 10, 15, 20, 40 days, the reason I was able to do that because I was doing a lot of 5, 10, 7, 8-day fast, and then that trained my body. But if you're doing a Qigong, it's not only just training your body, you're actually giving your body food. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you want to keep doing the fasting. The fasting's important. The Qigong's important. And the stretching's important because all three is what's gonna make you a fucking breatharian. Not just one of them. Because you got to do everything. And this is a process, not like overnight you're gonna end up getting there. It's a process. But I did that. Man, yesterday was very intense when I did that workout because I did the workout in the morning, right? And I felt good during the morning. And then like an hour later, I was thinking like, should I do this again? And then like something just told me intuitively, someone's like, do it right now. And then I did it. And then after that, the energy that I was feeling from the first session, the second session built up on top of that one. So I was feeling even more, because the more you do it, you're getting in like that vibration. You know how, like, because in this reality, you're either going up or you're going down. There's never stagnation. So when you're depressed, or when you see somebody who's depressed or going through some type of psychotic disorder, or when you see a drug addict that's on the streets and he's like homeless, that's not an overnight process. I've seen people who are addicts that are on, like, and when I seen them, they were like normal people who work 9 to 5, and then you see them after 5 years, they're like on the street with no clothes on, dirt all in their fingernails, and you look at them like they're a zombie. But it's like that they were a normal person, but that took years, because if you showed them a picture of where they are now 5 years ago, they'll laugh like, oh, I've seen niggas who are in their ego talking shit and always used to be all arrogant, and like years later I see these motherfuckers on the street on drugs and like they begging for change and shit. So when you see somebody begging for change, don't think that's how they were when they were born. No, that person was just like you. They had an ego. They talked their shit. They thought they weren't going to be there, but then, because it's a slow process. So when you see something negative and it's a slow process, you got to look at it in a positive. That's why it takes a long time to heal, because it just like it takes a long time to heal, it takes a long time to get fucked up. For the most part, if all the depression and anxiety I had, I didn't get there overnight. It took me years of me getting there, and it got worse. Around 2012, that's when it got worse. The infection in my tooth, it went into my blood, and it was only going to kill me. But I didn't brush my teeth for fucking over 10 years. Probably pretty much the whole majority of my life, because I got the infection in 2019. And before that, I was brushing once every month or once every now and then. And like 6 months before I had the infection, I didn't even brush, because I never like brushed my teeth. My shit was all black. Shit was loose. They said I had like needed 4 root canals and shit. Stupid ass bitch. Like, oh, you need 4 root canals and your gums can never heal, and fucking retarded and shit. And then yeah, so it took time. Like, it takes time. You guys gotta understand. So don't think like, oh, overnight you're gonna be a breatharian, and it takes time. But all I can say is this thing, it really helps. Like yesterday, because my energy channels are already activated and flowing, because I've been doing a lot of stretching. And the funny thing is, after I did that Qigong workout, I did my stretch, and the energy was just flowing. Like, it was just like I was on go mode, and everything was, I was just way more, I was more what they call grounded. I hate using that fucking word, but grounded, when so you hear somebody say grounded, it's just you being tapped in to your senses, like you're using your body as it's intended to. It's like if you have a fucking video game controller and the A button's not working, the controller isn't grounded. You see what I'm saying? Once the A button works, it's grounded. It's not like, oh, grounded is some type of spiritual thing. It's grounded is you're working as the body's intended to work without any blockages. That's what grounding is. That's all it really is. It's nothing, anything people say. So when you do these energy exercises, it releases the blockages within the meridians, and it lets the energy, because there's meridians on your hand and on your body, and these energy, these movements you're doing is activating that energy, and these meridians are connected to your organs, to your eyesight, ears, all that. So when you're doing this, you're energizing these meridians. Couple that with the fasting, and then with the stretching, this is going to get you in optimal health. So you don't need no herbs. You don't need any of that shit that people are telling you. I'm not saying herbs aren't important. Herbs are important, but herbs is a stepping stone. You see what I'm saying? It's like if you fucking have a goddamn, it's like it's different stepping stones. You go to first grade, but you don't stay in first grade forever. First grades are prepare you for second grade. Second grades are prepare you for third grade. Third grade prepare you for fourth. That's what the herbs was for. It's to prepare you while you're in that transitional process of being a breatharian. You take herbs. You may eat healthy. So I'm not sleeping on, oh, don't eat healthy, everyone be breatharian. No, that's a stage. Me, I didn't really take that stage, because where I was at and my health issues, I had to get into my first fast I did was a 3-day dry fast. I didn't drink no fucking water. And for like 6 months out of the year, I was doing nothing but dry fast. I did the most I went was 7 days, 1 week without food and water. And the only reason I did that, because I thought that if you do a water fast, it's going to break the fast. Like, I literally thought water would break the fast. Even though they said it didn't, I was too scared to do it still, because I was like, oh, it's going to break it. So I didn't even do it. But when I look back, that was the spirit pretty much making me, like, getting me ahead of the game. So now I've been doing it for so long. A lot of my meridians and my channels are open already. So when I do these energy exercises, I'm able to feel the energy more. Because I remember I did this shit years ago. I did some of these energy exercises and I didn't really feel it. And I gave up on it because I didn't feel nothing. I was doing them. I'm like, the fuck? I don't feel nothing. And I was doing like they were saying, this was like years ago. I was doing like the Qigong and it didn't work. And then I didn't do it for a while. And like like a couple months ago, I started doing it again and I started feeling the energy because my energy flow was open. So you got to have the energy flow open, and even if you don't have it open, the more you do it, it will open eventually. But you got to like get yourself firstly grounded on a certain level, like what they say, grounded. But you really like all you guys like don't sleep on this. Don't waste any more time. You really, because right now we're at a time right now where there is no time really. Like I told you guys in my last live stream, I was just chilling, right? And then some dude, two dudes were walking and they were having a conversation, and the dude said my age. He's like, I remember when I was, and he said my age, and he's like, man, these 20 years went by quick. And then literally after he said that, the conversation ended because they were walking away. Like this, it's like the spirit told me, because like time is gonna speed up where it the next 5 years isn't gonna be like the last 5 years. You guys need to understand that. In 5 years from now, it's not gonna feel like how last 5 years went. So this is why you got to get on your shit right fucking now, because everything is gonna be just accelerating, it's gonna be speeding, and then you're gonna regret not doing what you wanted to do. You don't want to be in that mindset of regret. That's the scariest thing. That if somebody said, what's the scariest thing in life, that scares me, and the scariest thing that I'm scared of is regret. There's nothing that scares me more than regret. Like knowing that you could have did something and you didn't get to do it. That scares the fuck out of me. There's nothing I think more that scares me. I'm not gonna say and there's nothing scares me, but that right there that's a fear that's very lasting and detrimental than something just fucking superfluous or just whatever. It's just there. Like, oh, I see a monster or some shit. Like that regret is gonna hold you because it'll affect you. That's why you don't want to sleep on anything. Everything I'm telling you, you want to start it right now. Don't be like, oh, I'm gonna do it another day. I'm gonna do another. Because what if something happens? Let's just say something happens where you're in a fucked up mindset. Let's just say you right now you're good, you want to do it, but you keep procrastinating, and then the next month something happens, and that event that happens, it triggers you to not want to do anything, and you get back into your old self. So that's why you want to keep doing what you got to do right now. Don't ever sleep on anything. I'm telling you, niggas. Like, but like I said, I've been doing this shit. I'm about to do this shit another. Once I'm off the live, I'm gonna do it again, and I'm gonna keep doing this shit because I really and I can see why the spirit like it orchestrated a lot of shit in my life where I'm able to do this. So like right now, my money is situated, everything, because this is what I need to be doing. And like I was always one, cause a lot of you guys always wonder, like, oh, why is the universe blocking this for me? And I'm trying to go, because a lot of you guys don't understand, like, because the way society's built, they want you thinking like, oh, it's about getting money and money this, and it is about money. I'm not saying it's not about money, but a lot of you guys, especially people who probably watch my videos who resonate, and you feeling blocked and you wonder why, is because some of the things you need to do, you don't even need money. And then once you do what you need to do, then you'll be able to be in a state to get money. Because making money is really, it's easy. The hardest thing about making money is developing the ability to make money, which is mastering self. Once you master self, then you already know how to fucking make money. That's why all these niggas out here talk about mentorship and all this shit. I already told you in the last live stream. Mentorship, all that shit. I'm not saying it's a scam, but the way I look, because some people do sign up for mentorship and they get results. But the way I look at it, like, if you sign up for a mentorship program and you get results, you probably even need that mentorship program. You see what I'm saying? You could have probably just did it on your own. That's what I'm saying. But there's a difference between a mentorship program and learning a trade. Like if you want to go learn how to actively be a trader into currency, crypto, or you want to learn how to do real estate, then you need to take a class to learn that. But mentorship and people say, oh, you got to get rich quick scheme. None of that shit. The get rich quick scheme is mastering self and taking care of self. That's really what it is. Because once you master self, then you are able to unlock aspects of your mind where you have more awareness. Just like a dog has less awareness than a human, A human that hasn't mastered themselves has less awareness than a human who mastered themselves. And when you have more awareness, then where the mind goes, the body goes. You'll eventually be in the right location, the right spot, and that's why you'll be able to fucking sign up for a fucking be a fucking insurance agent or real estate agent or make money in the markets. And then it's effortlessly. It's not like they're doing anything because there's no secret on how to make money. Because if it was a fucking secret, then why don't somebody just go buy the fucking mentorship program and go to a starving village in Africa and tell them to follow that program to get out of their situation? Obviously, it's not fucking like that because there's more to the game. So I'm just letting you guys know, like, master yourself first. Once you master yourself, then everything else is gonna come into fruition. Now I'm kind of understand like why I was in a situation I was in, because there was a time I was like, how the fuck am I supposed to do this, do that, and I don't have, and it's like, and even like I'm not telling you guys like, because like you guys say, oh well, you went and you stole from these stores, or I wasn't even really supposed to even be doing that shit. I didn't need to do all that shit. I thought I was supposed to be doing something like that. That's why I was doing it. But then the money I got I already saved, so I put myself in a good position because I didn't need to be doing that. But if I didn't do all that, I still would have been able to do what I was supposed to be doing because I already have everything I already need. Once you start acting like you don't have something, or I need to be thinking like this for me to do this, or I need to feel this way, that's not how it works in this reality. Especially if you're a powerful spirit. Like if you're a powerful spirit, then you're gonna get. It's like that student in the class. That student in the class who like the teacher knows he's gonna be great, so they give him a hard time more than the one person he thinks they already know he's gonna be a bitch ass bum ass failure. That's how the universe works for powerful spirits. Like it knows you powerful, so it's gonna put more shit. Because if a weak ass spirit, because if a weak ass spirit is going through problems and issues, and you looking at them like that's easy, your life ain't hard. It is hard, but they just a weak ass spirit. If you had their problems, life would be easy, but life is not supposed to be easy for anyone. So this is why, like, if you're a powerful spirit, the more powerful test that's gonna come your way. That's why when I look at it and I look at my natal chart, I have Leo in the 12th house. Wait, no, I have, yeah, I think I have Leo in the 12th house, and the people with Leo in the 12th house are like, they're very powerful people, but they don't like to show their power. And when I see that placement, they say that placement is usually because it's usually people who like are in royalty and shit. I'm not saying I'm royalty, but they say people who are like in royalty, they have that placement because they think they're better than everyone. They think they're superior. They think they're masters of everything. And like, and that's one of my problems. Like when I go to somebody, like even when I like deal with, like even when I take this trading class, the guy, he's a millionaire and he makes a lot of money. But in my mind, I'm looking at him like he's a spiritual child, and I'm learning what he's teaching me. But once I learn it and master it, I'll be more advanced than him at it, because the way I look at everyone is like a spiritual child. When I look at least 99% of people, I look at them as spiritual children. Or if I see somebody who's very powerful, I look at them like they're on my level. Like, so like people be like, oh, this person's jealous of this person. It's not even about jealousy. It's not even, because it's not even about that. It's just like, imagine if you worked 100 hours and somebody paid you a dime, and then somebody else worked 100 hours and they paid them $50 million. You're going to feel some type of way, right? You're not going to be like, oh, you're jealous, he got 50. No, motherfucker, like I deserve that shit. You see what So when I see somebody in a certain situation, it gives me like, I know I should be in it. So it's like, because I know I'm the shit. I know I'm better. And like, that's what drives me to be even more. Because like, how can this peon piece of shit be in that situation? I'm not. That drives me to be even more better. You see what I'm saying? So that's what you guys got to look at, because that's one of my issues I have. And sometimes like that Leo in the 12th house would make me think that I'm so much better, and it'll create a lot of anger because I know I'm so much better than most motherfuckers. But then my karma and my blockages is where I'm not where I want to be at. So then I like, and then when I see somebody, they'll be kind of like thinking that, oh, there's somebody just because they have something material. I'm like, it's more than that, and like it's just weird. So that's one of my things I got to work out, but it is what it is. I'm going to drop the link if anybody wants to join. I doubt anyone's going to want to join. It's early in the morning. But that don't mean shit. They say, oh, it's early in the morning. Why would I join? Or see, that's another thing I got to stop fucking talking about. Oh, oh, it's early or it's night or it's this or I can't do this because of who gives a fuck? We at a different time right now. You can't be doing any of that shit because you're gonna get caught in your limiting beliefs, your preconceived notions of how life is and shit. Like a lot of you niggas be like, oh, it's Tuesday, so I can't go and do this. I'm gonna wait till Saturday because or just a whole bunch of dumbass limiting beliefs that don't mean shit. Like this world ain't shit. 99% of people ain't shit. 99% of the people are gonna fail at life. Remember I told you that the life program ends in tragedy. Most people, their life is gonna end in tragedy. So don't fuck what everyone else is doing because no one knows what the fuck they're doing. Just like you didn't know what you were doing before you see my videos or 10 years ago. You got to look at other individuals like they don't know what they're doing. So you can't be copying anyone because most people don't know what they're doing. They're just going what they think they're supposed to do based on the system and the program. You see what I'm saying? They're not actually doing what they know. There's like, I know what I'm supposed to do. This is why like I don't need a reading. I don't need other people telling me because I know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. Once you get into that knowing, then that's when shit starts happening and you start doing things what you're supposed to be doing. When you don't know what you're supposed to be doing, then that's when you just fucking procrastinate and you make excuses and then you'll rationalize why you don't need to do this. And it's like that's the most dangerous thing you can fucking do. Because once you do that, you end up wasting so much time. It don't even matter how old you are, you're wasting time. Because like that's another thing about the system. Like they'll get people thinking like, well, you're young, you have the whole world ahead of you. Like, no, you fucking don't. First of all, you can be dead anytime, which the way I look at it, like that can happen anytime, but not only just because of that, but even if you say like, oh, I got the whole world ahead of me. If you said that at 21, let's just say you said that at age 16, I have the whole world ahead of me, and then you're 21, and then you say, oh, I have the whole world ahead of me, because people will say 21 is young. Well, from 16 to 21, that's 5 years. You wasted 5 years not doing shit. You could have fucking build a business, build a physique, gain spiritual energy, did a lot of qigong, probably been a breatharian, you could have done so much, but you didn't do that. Now you're 21 complaining about having to work around bots at a fucking warehouse and how you hate working a 9 to 5 and all this shit. It was like, if you probably could have not even been in it, because don't you see these kids at like 21 on TikTok and they got businesses and running like real estate firms and fucking all these, you know what I'm saying? Like, and they're young. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you don't want to be thinking that shit. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit there and think, oh, you gotta do that, because some people, they have a lot of blockages, they got a lot of energies they gotta work through. So maybe they can't be on that level at that younger age, at that age level or whatever. So they may have more shit they have to work through. Because most people, we grew up with parents who didn't know what the fuck was going on. So when you were young, your parents, they had you wasting time doing shit you weren't really supposed to be fucking doing, when you could have been doing something more. Like, I remember when I was young, they'll say, what do you want to do when you get older? I'm like, I don't know. I don't want to do it. There's nothing I want to do. But it's not like there was nothing I wanted to do. It just, they didn't tell me all my options. They just told me what the fuck the system said. Oh, be a firefighter, be a fucking goddamn a plumber or a tradesman or lock some stupid shit. Like, they'll say do that, and then when you don't want to do that, they think that you're a nobody. You don't want to do anything. You just want to be a bum. And it's like, no, you're not telling me my fucking options. If you told me about yoga, astrology, stretching, breatharianism when I was younger, then I would have been like, oh, this is interesting. Probably not breatharianism, because that took me to go through certain experiences to really get into that. But yoga, astrology, if that was tough, especially yoga, I remember, even back in the day, I remember they had this thing called P90X, and there was a thing called Stretch, because I downloaded the P90X off of the internet for free. No, actually, they had it on YouTube, and I downloaded it, because a week after I downloaded it, they deleted it. But I had downloaded it, so I had the whole copy of the whole P90X program on YouTube. And they had one thing called Stretch, and they had yoga. And I would always skip the yoga and the stretching. I always did the workout. This was back in like 2010. And I remember one day I was like, let me do the stretch. And I did the stretch. And I felt hella good. Like, I felt loose. And like, felt good. And I was like, I felt just way more connected. And after that day, I stopped doing it. And this was back in 2010. And then next time I did the stretch, I'll say it was probably like 2021. So like that whole time I laxed on it. and it's just weird. And like that's another thing. Like if no one, like back in the day, I did it, but if there was a foundation when I was younger, of the people in my life saying, "Oh, you like yoga?" or "Look at yoga," I would have been on that shit. But it's just, and I'm not blaming other people for that shit, but you guys see what I'm saying. He said, "What do you think's gonna happen to society within the next 5 years?" Um, Same shit that's going on right now, to be honest. And when I say that, I'm saying it like from a deep level, like it, or a more general level. Like people are gonna be fucking lost. Um, People are gonna be miserable. Ain't nobody gonna be doing shit unless you are cultivating what you're supposed to be doing. You're cultivating what you're supposed to be doing by yourself. So it's gonna be the same as it is right now. Ain't nothing really gonna change. Other than it's gonna get worse, but people are still gonna be ignorant. Don't think society's gonna get better. It's not gonna get better. It's only gonna get better if you make it better. So I'm not saying everybody's gonna be in hell, and no, there's gonna be people successful, people living good lives, just like fucking in the slave days there was people living good lives. The fuck? Go back to the days where they so-called said Hitler ruled, which I don't know if that's true or not. There's people in concentration camps, but there's also people fucking eating dinner at the bistro, having a time of their fucking life down the street while the fucking Jews were starving. At least that's what they say. So it's always going to be good and bad in every. It's never going to be the whole world's going to be good or the whole world's going to be bad. That's why you want to make it something, because you don't want to be, if you're going to be thinking, oh, there's no point of living in society because the system's going to collapse and everything's going to go, and there's no point. It's all going to fail, and you're going to be in for a rude awakening, because what's going to happen in 5 years is there's going to be a group of people that think like that are going to be going through hell, and then you're going to be seeing the people prospering, and you're going to be looking at them like, oh, it's the rich versus poor, it's the 1%. But in reality is no, it's the motherfuckers who, yeah, there's going to be some of the 1% who are going to be greedy, have money, but there's going to be people who actually prosper. You see what I'm saying? Do good based on what the actions they took. And that's with any point of society. Even if there's no money, there's always, because you guys think that money has something to do with the government and the Jews. No, money is an energy of this reality. The Jews and the fucking government, they tap into that energy and they use that energy to create what you see as the dollar bill and their gold and all that shit. So money is an energy that's in the reality. So even if the government did exist, there'll still be some form of money. May not be physical paper, but it could be some type of intellectual type of thing going on, where if you think a certain way, you're going to have more access to resource than somebody who's a dumb fuck. It may not be physical, but it could be mental, or it could be rocks, or it could be some type of like idea you have, mental. Like it's always going to be some form of currency in this realm, because currency is all based on the notion of energy being generated from a human being. If I came to you and I said, can you come fix my car, fix my house, and give me a massage, and instead of and I told you to do that, you're going to be like, what are you going to pay me for? Because what if you're going to go see your mother? What if you're going to go on vacation? What if you're going to go play a video game? You're going to do something fun. You're going to take the time out of your day to stop doing that to go help me for free? No, you're not. So it's all money is all based on a spirit being in a human body, not wanting and calculating the energy generated from that spirit. So that's really what money is. Because no one's going to do anything really for free for anyone. Ain't nobody, that's not, and even if you had a society where people were doing something free, it's going to be like, okay, this person built the building for free, but if I built you this building for free, then you're going to have to help me clean it. So that will be the form of money. You see what I'm saying? It's always going to be, it's never, because if you want to say things are going to just be easy and all, and everything's just there, that means there has to be one person that's going to be building everything and doing everything for everyone that's not how it works. Because eventually, even if you have somebody to do that, human beings are going to still complain about how they need a bigger house, they need a bigger couch, they need more shit. It's nothing to do with what you guys think it is. Like this what I'm saying. This reality. This is what I call this reality hell. It's a hell realm. It's not nothing good from it, really. I'm not saying like we're supposed to just want to die and not do anything. We got shit we got to do here, but this is a hell realm. What you niggas are thinking of is some fucking fairy tale dream world where you can just think of something and then it exists and shit. Say, what do you think is the best way to make money while staying free from the system? Mastering yourself. Because once you master yourself, you heal yourself and you know yourself, then you automatically get the awareness to be able to know how to make money. And depending on who you are is different for everyone. That's the best way to do it. But if you want to talk about in terms of the matrix and to make money and you want to get some money quick, I would tell you to learn how to crypto trade, learn how to stock trade, because with that you can take $1,000, $500, and turn that into like $10,000, $20,000 in a month if you know what you're doing. Because think about it, you go to school to learn how to do a trade, right? You go to plumbing school to learn how to learn how to be a plumber to get paid fucking little measly ass $25 an hour. You go to fucking electrician school to learn how to be an HVAC or whatever the fuck they call it. That's a trade. But when you learn that trade, you gotta pay debt from that school, and not only that, you gotta live off that little measly ass salary. So why go to school and do that where you can go to school and learn how to trade and take 500 and flip that into like 10,000 in a month if you know what you're doing. So you might as well put your energy on learning how to trade the markets. And even if you have, like, let's just say you have a business or you working, it's still good to learn the market. So just in case your business fails, you can have your money in the markets to always help it grow. This is how you see a lot of celebrities. They may not have work because they may get blacklisted, or they may not have work. So if they knew how to do other forms of investment, not even just trading, they'll be able to take the money they have and make it grow residually. So that's what it's like. You want to find something that your money can grow, like investments or stocks and markets. And I'm not saying like this is why I say you really want to study and know what you're doing, but it all ties back into mastering yourself, because when you're in a good mind space, then when you get into shit like markets and stocks, it's effortlessly. This is why, like, just think about it like this. When you go into the real world out here, you see a homeless person, or you're not even homeless, is not do that deep. You'll see somebody who's just a regular average Joe, and then they'll complain about living paycheck to paycheck and how it's hard for them to get money. But how is it so hard for a person to get $20? But then you go on the internet, you go on YouTube, you see these motherfuckers making $1,000 a day, $10,000 a day. Oh, I just made 23,000. I made 100,000. How does somebody go from like $100,000 a month and money's coming effortlessly, $50,000 a month, $20,000 a month effortlessly, to somebody who doesn't have shit and they're struggling to pay bills? So it's not like there's a shortage of money, because it's not. It's just something else is going on. So this is where I say the spiritual work is involved. The spiritual work. So you get your mindset, because when you get into a certain mindset, because the mindset you're in right now, that you asking me that question and you're struggling, you may be depressed, and what's going on? Your mindset and your consciousness is in a low level. And if you want to make money, then your consciousness needs to be at a high level. And when your consciousness is in a high level, then money is just a symptom, a side effect of other shit. You're in your consciousness at a high level. You have knowledge of self. You have more awareness. You looking at the world different. You see the world different. You even smell and hear the world different. Then once you're in that mindset, you're not worried about money like that. And then that's when the money comes. That's what I've noticed about this Qigong and the energy exercises. As I keep doing it, my awareness changes and how I perceive the reality. And as I'm in that awareness, I'm not focused and I don't give a fuck about certain things that I cared about. And then that's when I can see the thing a little bit. I can see it flowing a little more. You guys see what I'm saying? So you have to change your awareness and your consciousness and how you perceive the world. Then once that happens, then you're not even going to be thinking like you're doing right now. You're going to be thinking, you're going to be like a different person, man. And by that point, then that's when all the things you want to go start. I mean, by the time all that shit starts coming, you're not even going to give a fuck about it like that, because you're going to be on some other shit trying to get your purpose done. You see what I'm saying? So that's what it is. That's the hack, really. And then some of you guys will say, what about these people who make money and they're not doing that? Like I said, that has nothing. That's why you don't want to connect everything to money. I just use money as one of the main reasons, because like I told Jay Bass in my live stream, a starving child in Africa will look at you right now having to work a 9 to 5 and be depressed and hate the rat wheel and the rat race, and they'll look at you as you're lucky, you're blessed, but you already know that you have problems that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, and that this system is shit, ain't shit. But a kid in Africa will look at you like that. So just like that, it's different spiritual paths. You're on a different spiritual path, so therefore that's why you're here. They're on a different spiritual path. So when you see somebody with money and they ain't shit, it don't mean they got more energy. It's just that's on a different path. Their spirit needs, because it don't fucking matter if you have money and all that shit. Don't mean shit on a spiritual level. If there's some people, they were born with millions of dollars and their parents had trust funds, and when they got older they went broke and they died broke, homeless on the street. There's stories like that, but because that was the lesson that that spirit needed to learn, and since that person didn't use the money wisely, it was taken from them. See, everyone just looks at the good things about it, like this, oh, this person, this kid, his parents gave him a trust fund, but they don't look at the part where that kid was driving his family's Lamborghini and got in a car wreck and killed 2 people. Now he got to live with that. They don't look at it like that. So it's not, you gotta just look at the fucking money. You're not looking at the lessons and tell that maybe they need a lot of money so they can learn certain lessons. You don't need a lot of money to learn the lessons your spirit wants to learn. That's why you don't have it. Some spirits, they need to give the people a lot of money so they can learn the lessons that they need to learn. So don't just think, oh, this person, they got money and they're not, that don't mean shit. Okay, you got money, okay, who gives a fuck? That don't mean shit. It could, but if it does matter, it's because you did something that had nothing to do with money, such as get your mastering yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's how you make money in the staying free from the system. And you ain't really gonna be free from the system. If you, in the day, you gotta pay taxes. You gotta fucking meet deadlines. You're not really free, because a lot of guys talk about being free. Ain't really, as long as you're in this reality, you ain't free. You always got, you gotta do what you're supposed to do. You still gotta answer to your thing. Your life really don't really belong to you, even though it does. You don't have free will. Like, nothing is really free in this reality. You guys gotta understand that where you're at. Nothing is really free. It is, but it isn't. You still gotta answer to your duties, obligations, and your responsibilities. Ain't nobody really doing whatever they want to fucking do, really. Even the people who run this world, they can't do what the fuck they want to do. If they were able to, then everybody would have this. Just that the fact that everybody doesn't have this, they can't do what they want to do. Just the fact they got to go on YouTube and try to censor everybody, they can't do what they want to do. So nobody really can do it. No one's really free in this shit. That's the thing. Everyone has this false notion of, I'm not saying you can't be happy, but it's like you just got to do what you got to do at the end of the day. Who the fuck said you got to be free? And what is your definition of free? What you think is free probably ain't even free. What you think in your mind is free, and what you're saying by saying staying free, it's probably not even free. You just think it's free. So you guys got to think about it like that. It's not about being free or being locked. It's just about doing what the fuck you got to do and finding enjoyment in doing that, which you will find enjoyment. I'm not saying like don't make it like this place you can't be happy. You could be, no, you could be happy and shit. But I'm just telling you niggas the real shit. Most people probably won't tell you. It's some real shit right there. But as long as you stay focused and you have a plan, that's all that matters. The fact that you guys watch my videos, you already won half the battle. Now the other half is discipline. Once you master that discipline, then you already won the game. Because you already know the knowledge and information. You just got to have the discipline now to actually apply it and to stay consistent with it. Then once you do that, you mastered it. But when you master it, you still got to be strong, because on this path, there's going to be bullshit that comes your way, especially if you're a powerful spirit. That's why I hear a lot of these people say, oh, if I wasn't gang stalked, or if I wasn't this, I'd be making money, I'd be doing this. But at the same time, it's like, there's a reason you're being restricted. And even once you release that restriction, don't think that that's going to be all your issues. There may be other, like they say, new level, new devil. There's always going to be something that you got to, and if you're a powerful spirit, it may be something, but you can handle. There's nothing that you can't handle. Nothing that you can't handle. Always remember that. Yep. But I'm gonna drop the link. If anybody wants to join, have any questions, I'm about to do my I did. What did I do this morning? I did fragrant qigong. It's more like you're moving around, you're moving the body, and then I'm about to do another version of the qigong. But yesterday, when I did the first qigong exercise yesterday morning, I felt really relaxed and good. But then I didn't even plan on doing another qigong after the first one. But I remember like later during the day, I was like, let me just do this again. And I remember I did it again, and like the energy even built. Like it built. The more you do it, the more the energy builds, and the more it affects. So if you're doing it a lot, then you're gonna get a lot of benefit. If you're doing it less, then you're gonna get less. And you don't do qigong for a week and then stop doing it, because all that energy you built is gonna be gone. You want to do this consistently for at least a few months to have lasting results. And even then, you still want to keep building the energy up, but don't just do it for like a week and then take a break and then do it in the fall. Then you got to lose all that energy. You got to start from the, because you're building up the energy, and the energy is flowing. Like, and it's sad that I have to say this, because a lot of people, they're just looking for like a quick fix and to stop doing it. Or no, I just want to do this so I can stop doing it and go back to no. Like, you got to look at it like a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. We're in a different time right now. Like, you guys aren't understanding that once they start shutting shit down and shit starts getting more real, and then you guys got to understand, okay, I need to have something that's going to keep me grounded in this fucking world. Right now, it's easy to just be like, oh, I want to just do this and that. But like I said, even time is speeding up. It's going crazy. It's going faster and faster every day. And what's going to happen is time is going to be, oh, shit. Fuck. Dick. Yeah, my phone's about to die. I might have to go on my other live stream, on my other phone, to finish this live stream. Somebody said, what will cost someone? Fuck. Let me see if I can. God damn it. Fuck is my goddamn. Yeah. I might have to go on my other one and finish this. I don't want to do that. I want to do one. Oh, man. Shit. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck is that. My other. I'm gonna just go make I know what I can do. I'm gonna just turn my car on. Actually, no, I don't want to do that because I don't want to waste the fucking. I'll probably just make another live stream or some shit on my phone when I get off. What will cause somebody to be gang sucked though? Like, what does it make you think people are gonna do? Ain't no, like I said, gang suck has nothing to do with Matrix or anything in this reality. It has everything to do with spiritual. Anybody talking about gang sucking as a government intel program agency, whatever, like COINTELPRO, like they're all full of shit. They're fucking that's why I call them fucking crazy. It's not that I'm calling them crazy because they're not having the experiences such as synchronicity. No, I understand everything that they're going through with the synchronicity. I agree with that. But what I call them crazy, and how my other videos I was kind of capping on them, is because they think it's government. Anybody that you say thinking it's government, that if anything, those people is what making the whole spiritual community look mentally ill. It's those people who keep thinking it's government. The government doesn't even have that much fucking power to even. Do you know how much money if just to trace and track a fucking I don't want to say like a terrorist organization because they created the terrorist organizations, but let's just say like you deal in drugs, or you're trying to build a case on you to get a RICO case. You know how much money it costs for them to wiretap and to follow these their suspect that they're trying to build a case. That shit costs money. This is why it takes years for them to build a case just to spy on one person, because they have the head person. Remember in the fucking, when you watch the little CSI movies and the shows, they'll have like the fucking head dude at top who owns the organization, and they'll have like his henchmen, and then like and it's like a pyramid where he's at top, and then they have to attack the person at the bottom. Like, it takes so much time just to attack one person that has power. It takes so much money, energy, because you can't just get to so they have to strategize their approach. That takes money, even the technology. It takes money just to use wiretapping technology. That takes money. Otherwise, everybody will have their phones wiretapped easily. Usually when they wiretap a phone, they only notice how every time they wiretap somebody's phone, it's because they're doing a major operation. They'll never wiretap the average sheep's phone just because they stole something out of a store or they fucking did. It has to be a case where the individual's making millions of dollars or doing a very big mass fraud scheme, or that's when they'll do like wiretapping, because that takes a lot of money, and wiretapping is low end technology. All you niggas talking about fucking neuro monitoring and energy weapons, like that shit on an average person like you niggas aren't even like you guys aren't even like any in a high political power that are influencing people or anything like that. Like, you guys just wake up in the morning, you go to bed. Look, what are you doing? You wake up in the morning, go to bed, you go on YouTube. What's there to attack? You're not doing nothing. Everything that you think that they need to attack you for, it's in your mind. Oh, I think I'm strong. I think I'm powerful. They don't like my power. They're trying to hold. No, they're not, because there's people out there that actually are causing damage to the system, that you see the FBI, they're on the FBI's most wanted list or whatever. Or they haven't even found them. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's like the person who fucking they had like a scheme where somebody was making millions of dollars taking trafficking like the recycling cans or some shit. Like, they had to build a case on that, and that because the system was losing millions of dollars from that fraud. So that's something that's attacking the system and hurting the system. So they have to make sure that's in check so it doesn't fuck up the way their economy is. So they're gonna invest money in something like that. That makes more sense to invest money into somebody who's not doing nothing. And even if like I don't know why people are just, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on with people with this whole gang stalking. Like, I think that whole gang stalking shit is like, it's a psyop. Like, just like they have the new age community and they have all these words like loosh and fucking all these weird lingos that they use in the new age community and shit. That's all bullshit. It's the same with the gang stalking. It's a psyop. Because who taught you guys all these words like neuro monitoring, energy weapons, and there's a gang stalking program? Like that shit was put on the internet to make people who believe in that shit more lost in it. It's a psyop. Just like they have fucking the whole, that's a psyop. The gang, I'm not saying synchronicities and all this shit that happens, I'm not saying that's a psyop. I'm saying you thinking it's government, because they use all these words like neuro monitoring, energy weapons, and just all this weird shit. Like, where do you get these words from? How do you even know they have energy weapons? And like, even if, okay, let's say we already know they have energy weapons, but how do you know how they use them and how the weapons work? Like, you don't know how they work. Like, can you go and get to show me the device and how they work in the blueprint? No, you can't. You just going on what you think. Somebody said, do I utilize solar practices? Not right now. I do sometimes, but not right now. Solar practice, that means like sun gazing. No, not right now. I don't. I'm going to start implementing that as well into my Qigong as well. I'm gonna start implementing that, but I really don't. And I'm glad you brought that up, because I'm gonna start utilizing that a lot more. But when you do solar gazes, you don't want to look at. You want to usually do it like right now, how the sun is coming up, sunrise and dusk. That's when you want to do it. You don't want to just do it when the sun, because it can fuck up your eyes. And when you do it, you're supposed to close your eyes and look at the sun. And then you can open them, but you open them for a little bit. But because you're supposed to be careful, because you could damage your eyes with that. But you're supposed to do it in a certain way. Usually you do it when the sun is about to set or when the sun is about to rise, because the sun's not as powerful, and then you can really look at it. And when you do it, you're supposed to close your eyes and do it. So that's what I think about. So, but solar practices, they are beneficial. And yeah, nobody's stopping those. Nobody's stopping them at the end of the day. They only stopping themselves, because, like I said, where the mind goes, the body goes. So if your mind's in a fucked up, if you're in a low vibrational state, because think about it like this: what is the opposite of what you guys call gang stalking? The opposite of that is what people say good luck, and what manifestation is. So at the same time, it's like if you feel like bad things are happening to you and things aren't going your favor, you need to go back into your own mind and your own self. What are you doing? Because when I see all these people that talk about gang stalking, like I'm not hating on any of them because when I see them, it reminds me of how I am and how I was. Not how I am, but how I was. This is why a lot of people who watch gangs, they watch my videos because one thing about me is I always look at people around me. When I see a lot of people around me talking about something, that's a reflection of me. So when I see a lot of people into gang sucking and they're watching my videos, that means I'm exuberating some of the energy they are, even if I don't agree with them. Even like the biggest trolls that there's one troll I had years ago. When I watch his videos, the same health issues he was going through is what I was going through. The same things that happened in his life is what I was happening in my life. So a lot of that shit is a reflection of you, especially if you have a motherfucker that's like trolling you. Like when you see these niggas that are trolling people like fucking crazy, and they're like how the fuck is this nigga? Just forget about him. It's not that sick. It's because it's something that triggered him in that individual. It's nothing to do with the individual. It's like kind of like an obsession, infatuation, but in a way where they hating on the dude. So it's not like, oh, they're picking on him because they want to. It's because at one point they probably fucked with that person, or they probably thought that they were gonna be cool, or maybe subconsciously they have the same type of energy. And he says something to piss him off, so it created that connection because people talk shit to each other all day. But what makes somebody talk shit to the point where they're making videos and videos and videos? That's something to do with them. It's nothing to do with the other person. This is why you always want to look at people. Oh, anytime somebody's in your life and you always keep seeing that type of person come in your life, it's you guys always gotta like. I can even go deeper and stuff, but out of the certain things I don't even want to talk about. Like it's even deep to the point where there's certain people on my channel that you guys may see, or people that I communicated on my channel. They have certain names, and I'm not gonna go into it, but they have certain names as people that I've known in my life, and they show the same energy. Like it's a reflection. Like this shit is a fucking reflection. So you guys gotta really understand that when you it all connected with the gang stalking, because the gang stalking is like your mind is in a certain spot. So you gotta manifest people, situations, and then you're gonna think, oh, I'm being stalked, or because how does things happen so synchronized? Like I remember I was going into the store the other day, and I accidentally bumped in the parking lot. There was over like 1,000 cars in the parking lot, or hundreds of cars in the parking lot. I bumped into a car by accident with my bag, and literally there was like 30 people. There was like one person walking, and the person who was walking, out of all the hundreds of cars, he went into the car that I got hit. He almost seen me hit his car. I'm like, how the fuck did he? And a lot of you niggas would think it's gang stalking, but it's not gang stalking. It's the way this reality is programmed and where your mind is at. If you're thinking about shit like that, then you're gonna manifest that because this reality is like a dream like. So you guys gotta understand. He's like, Zealous Will, what's good with it, Zealous? Can I eat for one? I'm talking quick because my shit's about to run out of batteries. I'm about to end this live after I answer this question. Can I eat for one day, then continue my fasting cycle? Should I experiment with the days? Because I don't think eating for the same days and fasting don't help me get too bad. Do what you gotta do. If you're fasting one day and take a break, that's fine. You can do that. That's good. As you keep doing that, it's gonna be easier for you to go past 2 days. So right now, just stick to one. If you could try to get to 2. And once you get to 2, just keep it at 2, keep it at 1, and then after like 3 weeks, 4 weeks, a month of you doing that consistently, you're gonna find it easier to get to do 3 days and 4 days, and then from that build up. Eventually, you're gonna see yourself doing 10 days, because the more you feel like shit, and this is the most important thing I want to say in this video. One of the most important things: the more you feel like shit during your fast is a sign of how toxic your body is. So if you have a lot of toxicity in your body, then you're gonna feel like shit. Always remember that and keep that in mind. If you have a lot of toxicity in the body, you're gonna feel like shit. If you don't feel like shit, that means you have less toxic. And the more how you get rid of that toxicity is by fasting. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end this live stream because my shit's about to die, and I don't want it to fuck up it uploading onto I'll probably go live on my phone right here. Do it. I'll probably go a little bit later, or I might go after this live. Depends, but I'm gonna hit you guys up later. Peace.